Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Yadiy Harraz bin Abdul Hadi. So today, I will be presenting about our business statistic assignment. It is about Honda before and during MCO. My group mate is Muhammad Syawal bin Norazlan and Muhammad Naim bin Saiful Azmi. So right now, I will explain about the introduction. Honda is one of the companies that are massively affected. They are not able to operate because people are obliged to stay at home and most of them got sacked from their work. The company has closed its business operation comprising Honda Malaysia's plant in Pagoh, Melaka, sales office and dealer showrooms since June 2021 to comply with the implementation of Full Movement Control Order (FMCO) by the government due to the drastic rise in COVID-19 cases. Looking at the circumstances, Honda recognized that they must take action to address the issue. Honda Touch application were created to enable customers to make their appointment through a more systematic approach. Because of this, it helps Honda find the easiest way to make sure minimum contact and easier for customer to book for a service. Honda also find a way to gain side income with selling their merchandise such as t-shirt, cap, bottle, and watch. They know it was very hard to sell their car during the pandemic because most of people were getting sacked and lost their job, including their staff. So now I will explain about data collection. So for qualitative, in this particular case, I use website as my main source to find any data from Honda Malaysia. I use secondary data source method because it saves out more time compared to the other method. This method also saves effort and expenses. So for quantitative, the best method to find liabilities of Honda Malaysia on 2019 and 2020 is using the secondary data resources. It is because these data are available in websites, business magazine, annual reports, and more. This method helps to improve the understanding of the problem. So right now, I will explain about qualitative data. So as you can see in the table, we have car model and total car sold in 2020. We have Honda City with most highest car sold in 2020, which is 2,559, and HRV 12,094, Honda Civic on 10,280, CRV on 6,047, Accord we have 4,233, same as Jazz 4,233, and BRV we have 3,023. So the total cars sold in 2020 was 60,469. This bar chart above shows the type of car model sold in Malaysia. There are 7 types of them, which are City, HRV, Civic, CRV, Accord, Jazz, and BRV. In the diagram above, show the highest car sold in Malaysia is Honda City, is 20,559. The lowest car that for Honda in Malaysia is BRV with only 3,023 units for 2020. So as you can see, this pie chart showed that City with the most models sold around Malaysia with 34%, and the least cars sold in Malaysia is BRV with only 5%. The difference between the highest and the lowest is 29%. The percentage for Civic is 70%, meanwhile HRV is 20%, which is the second highest car sold in Malaysia for Honda. The line chart above shows that the lowest point of cars sold in 2020 for several types of Honda car around Malaysia is 3,023 by BRV. Meanwhile, the highest point of cars sold for several different types of Honda car around Malaysia is 20,559 by Honda City.
Next is the quantitative data for 2019. As you can see, we have the histogram and the table for the group distribution. Our histogram for the highest frequency is 8, and our class width for the class interval is 10,000. The estimate mode and median. I got the mode for this graph is 35,000, and for the median is 31,500. So for the next graph is OGIF. This is our quantitative data OGIF 2019. So, in order to get the OGIF, you must have an upper boundaries and cumulative frequency.
Quantitative data. Histogram chart for 2020. Based on the table, class interval and frequency, I make a histogram chart for 2020. The estimate mode and median is mode equals to 37,600 and median equals to 38,500. OGIF chart for 2020. Based on the table, upper boundaries and cumulative frequency, I make a OGIF chart for the year 2020.
Other than that, we got the data analysis for 2019. As you can see, it is a table for the data analysis. We have a class interval, frequency, midpoint, fx, and fx power 2. This is quantity data for 2019. We have a mean, mode, and median. So for the first mean, after I do the calculation, I got a 33,466.17. On average, the mean liabilities is RM 30,466 and 17 cents. And for the mode, after I do the calculation, I got a 34,999.5. The most liabilities that Honda spend daily is RM 34,999 and 5 cents. And for the median, after I do the calculation, I got a 41,249.5. That's more than 50% of liabilities that Honda spend. For the screeners, after I do the calculation, I got a negative 0.067962. If I got a negative, the graph will be skewed to the left. Interquartile range. In order to do the calculation for the interquartile, we must get the quartile 1 and quartile 3. For the quartile 1, I got a 22500. About 25% of liabilities is less than RM 22,500. And another 35% liabilities is more than RM 22,500. For the quartile 3, I got the answer 34166.67. About 75% liabilities is less than RM 34,166 and 67 cents. And another 25% of liabilities is more than RM 34,166 and 67 cents. After we got the answer for the quartile 3 and quartile 1, we can do a calculation for the interquartile, which is quartile 3 minus quartile 1. And the answer is 11666.6. And the last for the data analysis is standard deviation and coefficient of variation. For the standard deviation, I got the answer 25561.72. About 95% of liabilities Honda is between RM 17,657 and 27 cents to RM 84,589 and 61 cents. After we got the standard deviation, we can proceed to a coefficient of variation. And I got the answer for 76.38%. From the calculator of CV, it's confirmed that liabilities Honda for 2022 is higher than liabilities Honda is for 2019, since CVB 90% and CV more than CVA 76.38%.
Next, I will explain about the data analysis for 2020. So the total class interval is 9 and the total frequency is 30. And then the total FX is 1187983 and the total FX power 2 is 1760808121. Quantitative data for 2020. First, I calculate the mean and get the answer 33,466 ringgit 0.17. The average of the mean liabilities is 33,466 ringgit 0.17. Next, I calculate the mode and get the answer 33,748 ringgit 0.75. The most liabilities that Honda spend a day is 33,748.75. And lastly, I calculate the median and get the answer 33,623.88 cents. The liabilities is less than RM 33 ringgit 623.88 cents. Next, I calculate the skewness and get the answer negative 9.325404. The graph shows left skewed distribution. Interquartile range. First, I calculate the quartile 1 and get the answer 31,750 ringgit. About 1/4, 25% of liabilities is less than RM 31,750, and another 3/4 of 75% liabilities is more than 22,500. Next, I calculate the quartile 3 and get the answer 33,642.86 cents. About 3/4, 75% liabilities is less than RM 33 ringgit 642.86 cents, and another 1/4 of 25% liabilities is more than RM 33,642.86 cents. And then to calculate the interquartile, quartile 3 minus quartile 1, and I get the answer 1,892.86. Standard deviation and coefficient of variation. First, I calculate the standard deviation and get 30,302.17 cents. About 95% of the liabilities Honda is like between 19,457.13 cents to 80,780.75 cents. Next, I calculate the coefficient of variation and managed to get the answer 90.05%. From the calculate CV, it is confirmed that liabilities Honda for 2019 is more higher than liabilities Honda for 2020, since CVB equals 90.05% more than CVA equals to 79.38 cents.
The median is the best measure of central tendency for characterizing data. The reason for this is because the median will represent the center value. When there are extreme values, the median is a superior assessment of the center according to the measures of the center of the data. Introduction to Statistics 2013. Since it is unaffected by the precise numerical values of the outliers, the median is also less affected by outliers and distorted data. Furthermore, the median is the most relevant parameter for skew or outlier field distribution. For example, it's frequently used to model extremely skewed income distribution. It's also handy for computing extreme scores in data distribution because the mean computation can only affect a single outlier. Finally, when the data has some missing or unknown values and is assessed on an ordinal scale, it is useful. Finally, it is beneficial when data includes some missing or uncertain values and is evaluated on an ordinal scale. The survey was conducted for 30 days about Honda liabilities before and after MCO during this pandemic COVID-19. The data was collected with 1 qualitative and 2 quantitative data to make some comparison about the Honda liabilities before and after MCO. Based on the online survey, the liabilities spent have increased a bit when MCO happened in 2020 compared to 2019 before MCO happened. Honda company forced to spend more money to bear the liabilities in 2020 because of MCO. Before MCO is the best time for the seller to run their business. When MCO happened, people don't buy car because of they need to spend more money to satisfy their needs. Honda sales also decreased, but the liabilities are still the same and increased when the MCO happened. To conclude, Honda companies forced to bear the increased liabilities because of MCO happened in 2020. As you can see, the liabilities for 2020 is 121,75442 and liabilities for 2019 is 118,53332. Liabilities for 2020 is higher than 2019 because of MCO happened in 2020. This gives a big impact to Honda company sales. Thank you very much.